Welcome back to the show, folks. This is the wrap up, your daily dose of pop culture and movie news, hosted by me, Mr. H Reviews. On today's show, you can read from this title, Fox was amazingly planning its own Avengers style movie, which would have the Fantastic Four, Deadpool, X-Men, and some other characters thrown in the mix. We also have some confirmation, or at least some rumours, we're starting to stir the pot now, that Robin may be turning up in the Batman. This is the now confirmed Robert Pattinson Batman with Matt Reeves, along with who Idris Elba will be playing in the Suicide Squad. Again, this is rumour at this point in time, but it comes from a fairly reputable source. Both of these come from fairly reputable sources. And then, amazingly, a Spider-Man Far From Home trailer leaked on Twitter. So we'll take a look at that, but briefly, we're not going to get into it too much, because actually there's not much new footage. But we will take a look at it. It reveals how Spider-Man got his newest suit, which we see, the black and red one. So guys, if you are new here, if you're new to the show, this is the daily show, the daily wrap-up of pop culture and movie news. So please do hit subscribe to stay up to date on this daily show here on my channel. And straight off the top, if you want to support what I do here and you like what I am putting out, then please do head on over to my Patreon page. The link is down below in the description box. That being said, if you want to skip ahead to anything, there are timestamps down below in the description box and then also in a pinned comment. So please don't feel like you have to listen to me waffle crap. You can just skip right ahead. So let's get into it. Straight from the top. This Fox show. Crazy, to be perfectly honest. So this comes to us from Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi. They put the article up, but it's taken from the Fat Man Beyond podcast. Now, the screenwriter Zach Stentz decided to just spill the beans on this. I'm not sure if he was allowed, but he said that there was basically a secret movie in the works, and it was him and his former partner Ashley Miller. They wrote this, but it never came to be. It never happened. So obviously they were asked. More than likely, they were asked to actually write it. So he says that I can't tell you what the plot was, but I can tell you that it used all of the characters, all of the Marvel characters that Fox had at the time in 2011. So that obviously includes X-Men, the Fantastic Four, Daredevil, and then, of course, Deadpool as well. This would have been crazy. This would have been absolutely crazy. And then, interestingly enough, Paul Greengrass was on board. He was on board to direct it. Now, Paul Greengrass, if you don't know, is the guy behind the Bourne, or Jason Bourne. Great director for that, for that kind of style of movie. The visceral action would have been good. I'm really, really surprised by this. I think this could have been good. Imagine Daredevil, but with like Jason Bourne level of visceral action. Kind of what we've got now or had anyway, in the Daredevil Netflix series. It would have been basically the same thing. And the X-Men doing that, great. Fantastic Four doing that, great. But he says it was a script that he was really proud of, and it would have been really, really good. Obviously, take that with a pinch of salt. Take that definitely with a pinch of salt. But then the other part of it is, which I found quite interesting, is that Stentz and Miller also wrote another script for the studio, which, interestingly enough, was the Fantastic Four script. So he states that we were supposed to be writing the script for him, so for Josh Trank, but no one told Trank that we were doing it. Why wouldn't you do that? Fox, seriously, why wouldn't you tell them? So when he officially signed on, he was like, why are you imposing these writers on me? I want to use my own writer. I want to do my own script. And he obviously did his version instead. Madness. Why, Fox? Why would you not tell people that? Why would you not tell the director, the would-be director, that they've already got writers on board? And this is obviously indicative of why that film was so bad. Fant-four-stick, as I like to call it. So I thought I'd bring you this particular news just because I find this just baffling. Absolutely baffling. It makes sense that Fox would try to do their own Avengers-style movie. I don't think it would have worked out very well. I can't, unless they're going up against, say, Galactus, I can't see why they would have done it. I can't see how they would have worked it all in together. But, would I have liked to have seen it? Yeah, maybe. if for the spectacle alone. Fantastic Four would have been interesting because apparently their script revolved around how Fantastic Four were almost the Fantastic Five before Victor Von Doom, obviously, buggered off and became Victor Von Doom, the big evil dude. So, a few pros and cons with this, but I hand it on over to you. What do you think? Which of these would have been good, or neither of them? I guess is the big take home there. What do you think? Let me know down below in the comment section. So let's take a look. Robert Pattinson, Batman, Matt Reeves. Now this is on Forbes, so fairly reputable source. Okay, fairly reputable source, and it's a really small part of the article, which has obviously stirred up some rumours. So he says, with multiple villains appearing in the Batman, I was told months ago that Penguin, Riddler, and possibly Catwoman are expected to appear, as well as other rogues and mobsters. This has been long circulating now. Would make sense. They would want to have a lot of characters in this movie. If they're looking to, I'm not saying like a lot of big players actually doing stuff, but maybe comments here and there, glimpse here and there. It would make sense if they're looking to distance themselves from the DC universe that they've already established and trying to set up something new. It would make sense just to introduce little characters here and there. Now, he also says, and additionally, characters including Commissioner Gordon, Alfred, and potentially Robin. We should be hearing additional casting information soon. So he's basically saying that he has heard that Commissioner Gordon will appear, Alfred will appear. Those two make a lot of sense. Those two absolutely make sense because Commissioner Gordon, synonymous with Batman. Alfred, synonymous with Batman. Robin is the interesting one here because this Robert Pattinson Batman is supposed to be a young Batman. It's supposed to be new. It's supposed to be finding his feet. Not Batman Year One or things like that. He's still supposed to be Batman. He's supposed to be doing his detective stuff. But he's not supposed to be seasoned. So Robin's an interesting one to throw in the mix there. And a little bit of, I guess, a red herring, if that makes any sense. But I wouldn't mind seeing it. I don't think that's a bad idea. I feel like this could potentially get washed out with way too many characters, but we've seen movies handle a lot of characters now reasonably well, so there's no denying that they have the chance to pull this off, and it also be very, very good. So what do you guys think? Commissioner Gordon for me is a given. What do you think about Commissioner Gordon? Alfred is a given in my eyes. What do you guys think about Commissioner Gordon? And then Robin, good, bad idea? Who knows? You guys, I want to know your thoughts, so let me know down below in the comments section. Now, we're going to go back to the same Forbes article, but I've highlighted it here. We have got some information, and this is where this information has come from all over the internet now. So Forbes released this part. They said, the Suicide Squad, as its development moves forward, Margot Robbie, Viola Davis, Jai Courtney, and Joel Kinnaman are returning to their roles from the first film, alongside Idris Elba. And this is the part, whom he has heard, this chap who wrote this article, has heard will be playing Bronze Tiger. Now, Bronze Tiger, I've pulled up his Wikipedia article here. Bronze Tiger is an interesting character for Idris Elba to play. He's one of the world's greatest martial artists. He studied with Richard Dragon and O Sensei and was later brainwashed by the League of Assassins. This made him one of the world's deadliest killers, and he would later resist their program and become a full-fledged superhero. So maybe we're going to start to see the League of Assassins. Maybe. It's interesting. I'm not overly sure. I mean, look, Idris Elba is a fantastic actor. The guy can absolutely do no wrong here as an actor, in my eyes. I think he's great. Not overly sure whether... Yeah, I mean, he's not going to wear this, is he? Let's be honest. I need to take a look at Idris Elba's more action-packed roles to see whether he is the type to be able to pull off, apparently, a greatest martial artist in the world. Because I don't think he is. But I could be wrong, so I just need to take another look at his back catalogue of work. But there you go. Idris Elba is now rumoured to be playing Bronze Tiger. What do you guys think about this? Good idea? Bad idea? And if so, what would you hope to see from his role? What do you hope to see? Do you hope that this is the introduction of the League of Assassins, or do you think do you want it to be, the introduction of, say, the League of Doom? Because they obviously teased that in Justice League. Could this be that as well? Maybe they're trying to tie it together. I don't know, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. So please do let me know down below in the comment section. Now, moving on, we're on over to Twitter here. This is a Tom Holland stalking count by the looks of it. Honestly, it's quite scary when we look through this woman's tweets. But thanks, Kayla, Suited Spidey. You have revealed a leaked trailer. So we'll take a look at it now. There's really nothing that new here, but we'll take a look at it together. Just so you guys have the heads up. This is leaked, apparently. I'm not sure where this was leaked from, because it's not released online as far as I can see either. Which, again, Sony, you would have imagined that they would have by now. But by the time this uploads, guys, they may have sent it out. So let's take a look.
Yeah, mini toothpaste. Take down the Manfredi mob. Yeah, I did.
You gonna be the next Iron Man now?
Well, no, I'm too busy doing your job.
Just extended scenes.
Look, keep up the good work because I am going on vacation. What up, Dorks? What's up? We're just talking about the trip.
Who is that guy?
So the other parts of this trailer, really, which are the main thing, is that MJ does find out who Spider-Man is. But most of it's the same. Spider-Man being captured, things like that. The take-homes from this, and again, I am skipping through it. We're not going to watch it all because of copyright claims and things like that. If you want to see the whole thing, just go on over to Twitter. However, in future, if you'd like me to show you the whole thing, then just let me know and we'll do that in future. Minus copyright claims. So this is the part that I wanted to show you.
You take care of the suit.
See, he's in the jet. He gets given the new suit by Happy Hogan. So, I mean, look, it looks fine. MJ now knows who Spider-Man is. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. I wouldn't say it's an incredible trailer by any stretch of the imagination, but it is reasonably good. This is a movie which I'm actually looking forward to. I think, Sony, you do need to stop now. I think you've revealed a little bit too much in the trailers. We didn't need to know. Like, we had teased that MJ would know who Spider-Man is in the second trailer, I think it was. But this just confirms we didn't need to know that. So please stop. Please quit while you're ahead. But what do you guys think? Have you seen this? Do you even care? I think this movie will do incredibly well off the back of Avengers Endgame. So it'll be interesting to see how this one develops. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. If you don't actually, please do follow me over on Twitter at Mr. H Reviews and also on Instagram. But now, guys, that wraps it up here for me. We're going to be taking a look at some viewer questions. So if you want to submit your questions to me, please do over on the Gmails, mrhreviews@gmail.com, using the subject line, The Wrap Up. You can have your question answered at the end of this daily show. So we've got some interesting questions here today, so let's just get right into it. So in terms of the first question, this comes to us from Clayton, and he says, "Hey Mr. H, I know I'm late, but I'm just curious about the future of Godzilla universe if this film doesn't do very well." He's talking, of course, about Godzilla, King of the Monsters, a movie I've covered extensively on this channel. And he says, "I know that Godzilla vs. Kong will be out next March." Yes, it will. "But if the current film stalls and doesn't gross nearly as much as predicted, do you think the future of the universe will be ended after GVK? Or do you think Toho will allow the universe to continue? That being said, what is the winning formula for the continuation of the Godzilla universe? Do you think that Toho will allow a dual or shared cinematic universe?" And another one, also, did you catch the Biolante reference in the newspaper clippings at the end of the film? A lot of questions all in one there, Clayton, my dude, but thanks so much. First things first, look, the rights deal as we know it does actually end in 2021. That's, as we know it, it's confirmed to end. They may have extended it in private, or they may have gone to Toho and said, "We want to extend it, but, give us, it has to be on this basis, or on this basis of profit." We don't know. There were some comments made by the producer, I think it was Alex Garcia. Again, don't quote me on that. It's one of the producers on the set visits of Godzilla King of the Monsters. He did say that, look, we want to continue it. But it's all dependent on this movie. If this movie does well, then hopefully there's, room to continue it. Also, there were some comments made by the legendary CEO who said that, how much fuel is left in the tank. Hopefully a lot. That was his words. And again, you can pull up these articles. They're online. So I think that they want to continue it, but it's still dependent on money, right? Money talks. I think ultimately it will be dependent on how much this movie does. I mean, they had the rights for a certain time, so that's why they greenlit both of these movies, King of the Monsters as well as Godzilla vs. Kong, because they've got the rights. They've spent a substantial amount of money. They might as well make the movies, and they might as well try to make some profit. Rather that than, build an original property or get the rights to something else and then try again. They already had the rights. So I think that's why they did it, and I think that's why they lined up both of the movies straight away. Because normally, they wouldn't greenlight another movie until they'd seen the profits of the previous film. They don't need to do that here because they've already got the rights. So I think that's why. I think Toho will allow them to continue just based on money, but it has to make money for that to happen. So he also said, that being said, what is the winning formula? I don't know. I don't know, because I think this movie, Godzilla King of the Monsters, was for Godzilla fans. I think it was great. I think the issue with it being is the fact that it may have been PG-13. I think that might hit its box office total, because you always have to allow little kids to go and see it as well. And I think that might be the part which hits it. But I really liked this film. I'd love to see more films like Godzilla King of the Monsters. And then also he says, do you think that Toho will allow a dual cinematic universe? No, unlikely. I don't think that they would. I don't think they would want to. Outside of that, did you catch the Biollante reference? Yes, I did. So many references, though. I did miss a few because I was at the UK premiere of the film and so many people just got up in front of me. It was super irritating. But anyway, let's take a look at this. So, this is from Josh, and he says, the wrap-up. Hello, Mr. H. So, since you watched the King of the Monsters movie, this was found in the end credits. Do you know, let me know what you think. Could this mean a Mecha Godzilla or Mecha King Ghidorah in Godzilla vs. Kong? Now, what he's talking about is this. Let me just take a quick download of this. So, what he's talking about is, and it's a good, it's interesting actually, and we'll put it up on bigger screen here. So this is what he's talking about. He's talking about this part where it says, so I think this is on another, this is on Methylo Kaiju, another channel. So he says, blah, blah, blah. Something about, I can't read it, obviously the whole thing's not here. But it says, or even used as a tool for war against other humans. De La Rosa went on a claim that Monarch was not only developing this mechanized giant on Skull Island, but had already tried to create organic titans in the past. I think a lot of this stuff was just teaser material. I don't think this is indicative of what's going to actually turn up in the movies. I could be wrong, but I just don't think so. So, yeah. But thanks so much for the question. Anyway, guys, if you want your question answered on tomorrow's show, please do email them over to me, mrhreviews@gmail.com, using the subject line, The Wrap Up. As always, if you are new here, please do hit subscribe to stay up to date on this, your daily dose of pop culture and movie news. But that wraps it up here for me. I've got nothing else to say, but thank you so much for watching. As always, I've been Mr. H. Take care.